This is first place I've ever read where they give you vodka before you read. So I pronounce this the greatest reading ever. This is called Boys. 60 years after, I can see their smiles. White with Negro teeth and big with good. When one or the other brought my father's Cadillac out for us at the Gatesworth garage, RG and MC were the Godhead. I didn't notice they were colored. They were the older brothers I dreamed I had because older brothers were capable of being kind. To a younger boy, older brothers are God. It is absolutely odd to be able to be with God. I can almost see their faces, but can't quite. I remember how blazingly beautiful they were, and that they offered to get me a girl so that I could meet God. I have an early memory of a black chauffeur out of his livery, hosing down a long black Packard sedan, sobbing. Did it happen? It took place in Portland Place. I remember the pink-soled gum boots that went with the fellow's very pink gums and very white teeth, while he washed the Packard's white walls white and let them dry, sobbing, painting on liquid, white with an applicator afterwards. Later that afternoon, he resumed his chauffeur costume, a darky, clad in black under the staring sun. Franklin Delano Roosevelt had died. On the other hand, Ronnie Banks was light-skinned. He worked as a car hop at Medart's Drive-In. He was well-spoken, gently friendly. He was giving a party, but I didn't go. I actually drove there, but something told me no. I suddenly thought he was probably a homo. I drank my face off, age 15. I hit the bars in the colored section to hear jazz. I raved around the city in my father's cars, a straight razor, who wherever he kissed left scars. I was violently heterosexual and bad. I used every bit of energy I had. Where, I wonder, is Ronnie Banks now? I remember a young man whose name I have forgotten, who was exceedingly neat, always wearing a white shirt, always standing there, jet black, in our living room. How had this been allowed to happen? Who doesn't hate a goody-goody young Christian? My father and uncle underwrote the boy's education. He was the orphaned son of a minister. He sang in the church choir. He was exemplary, an exemplar, but justice was far away, very far. Justice was really an ashtray to display the lynched carcass of a stubbed-out cigar, part brown, part black, part stink, part ash. When I was a little boy, my father had beautiful manners, a perfect, hearty gentleman, impeccable with everyone. In labor relations with the various unions, for example, he apparently had no peer. It was not so much that he was generous, I gather, but rather that he was fair. So it was a jolt of joy to hear him cut the shit and call a black man boy. The white-haired old Negro was a shoeshine boy. One of the sovereign experiences of my life was my joy hearing my father, in a fury, call the man boy. Ronnie Banks, faggot prince, where are you now? RG and MC, are you already under headstones that will finally reveal your full names, whatever they were? RG, the younger brother, was my hero, who was my friend. I remember our playing catch in the rain for hours on a rainy weekend. It is a question of when, not a question of whether. The glory of the Lord shall be revealed, and all flesh shall cease together. A black woman came up to my father. All the colored people in this city know who you are. God sent you to us. Thank God for your daddy, boy. It's quite awkward to read that poem with some few black people in the audience. It's really weird. I didn't consider my audience like that. It's truly post-racial. You got a black guy reading that poem to a white audience. It's incredible. This is less of a downer. Wow, I should think sometimes. This poem is called October. And I just want to say that I was a little late because I was reading that profile in the New York Times, so I missed my stop on the way down. And this poem always makes me think of my beautiful spouse who is not here right now. But after reading that profile, I wasn't sure if that was a good thing or not, now knowing more about Seidel. But I love this poem nonetheless. It's called October. It is time to lose your life, even if it isn't over. It is time to say goodbye and try to die. It is October. The mellow cello of trees is almost lost in sweetness and mist when you take off your watch at sunrise to lose your life. You catch the plane. You land again. You arrive in the place. You speak the language. You will live in a new house, even if it is old. You will live with a new wife, even if she is too young. Your slender new husband will love you. He will walk the dog in the cold. He will cook a meal on the stove. He will bring you your medications in bed. Dawn at the city flower market downtown. The vendors have just opened. The flowers are so fresh. The restaurants are there to decorate their tables. Your husband rollerblades past, whizzing, making a whirring sound, winged like an angel, but stops and spins around and skates back to buy some cut flowers in the early morning frost. I am buying them for you. I am buying them for your blonde hair at dawn. I am buying them for your beautiful breasts. I am buying them for your beautiful heart. Thank you.